Hello, it's me, fddcsjxk. Today, there's a replay of me and my opponent, AdvancedPanda, on last Vigil. I'm playing Koal again. This is actually before the last replay analysis I did, but I've really taken a liking to Koal recently. I think that there's not a huge selection of COs at tier 4. Having a day-to-day ability is nice, even if it's not very strong. But a lot of the new maps in the rotation have roads on them, so that's cool. I don't like Adder aesthetically, and I think that the 2-bar super is a little bit, or the 2-bar CO power is a little bit hard to understand when to take advantage of. AdvancedPanda is playing Grimm. I've mentioned that I don't have any real experience playing with or against Grimm. And so I thought I'd take a look at this replay and see if I can be confident that I'm making good decisions, or if there's ways that I could optimize my play against Grimm. So we'll go ahead and get into it. Everybody's seen the generic openings on last Vigil by now. Player 2 on day 3 is going to start capturing the neutral base and the back property generally. This is something kind of unique, interesting, bad that AdvancedPanda did, is build this defensive side mech very early on. I'm not sure what the goal of this was. Perhaps AdvancedPanda thought that because I was playing Koal and because last Vigil has a lot of roads, that I might go for a recon rush, and this mech was him investing an extra 2,000 gold so that I wouldn't want to recon rush the HQ side for him, but I had no such intentions. I think that the mech to stop the recon isn't, I mean, that's obviously like a reasonable counter, but you should probably wait to see the recon first. Is there anything else interesting? He goes far forward, that's normal. I guess that if you're gonna cap the city, then I mean it doesn't necessarily matter that you get the mech versus the infantry here, so that's kind of neat. The so AdvancedPanda also makes a recon. I've mentioned before about Grimm recon, so that they might be really valuable since they just do a bunch of damage and they die anyways, so everything's a little bit like that when it comes to Grimm, it feels like. But as a result of the mech and recon building, I've got a tank that AdvancedPanda can't respond to. It doesn't seem that there's no world where I would rather have these two units than a tank, I think. I'm not able to contest this city at all because of the recon, but in the same way I'm not exactly worried about what the recon's going to do because I have the tank ready to fight. Doesn't feel like it's worth it for him to attack my infantry there. Other than that, I've just continued to build infantry. I don't think there's anything strange about my cap phase. It's more or less mirrored, I believe. I'd have to check to see if I have the cap on the airport this turn because I did something different than AdvancedPanda. It might be just the... No, the first turn advantage counters on the left side. I don't know. Okay, so AdvancedPanda does hit this the infantry capping the command tower. I'm not sure that I care that much because it's not like I don't do bonus damage to him anyways. Now obviously more damage is always good, but I'm not really concerned about damage, any numbers that I don't know any of the numbers that I need to hit against Grimm. I think that this is actually like a damage calculation I did while I was playing the match, but it's a good one to do. So yeah, this would be nice if I had the command tower, then it would be guaranteed. So that's kind of like a big deal, but also just if I'm on roads, it doesn't matter at all either. It feels like anytime, like, okay, yeah, so, I mean, the command tower is definitely a big deal, but it's not, leaving units at 1 HP isn't good. You would rather just kill units, but I'm not exactly threatened by 1 HP units, and sometimes it's a pain that you've got to move these 1 HP units around. They just kind of, they get in your own way as much as they get in your opponent's way sometimes. So I'm moving this infantry forward to protect the tank here. That's the idea. I got lucky enough to kill the recon in one shot. But the idea was that this forest was only unsafe because of the mech. I suppose I could have gone behind him here. That might have been a better play. Well, no, not really, because I would still be hit by the mech. The mech can still go in the city. Haha. Here, infantry can take the mech shot. That's not a big deal. Another tank on the aggressive side. I thought just building tanks against Grimm kind of seems better than building artillery. I don't know why I think that. Maybe because the bonus damage, you can conceptualize the negative defense as bonus damage for your own army, right? So I was like, well, if these tanks have bonus damage, then, and they have reduced defense, then I can just build a bunch of them and just kind of fight it out. I'm willing to fight it out with Grimm and just rely on having better positioning and stuff. The artillery seems a little bit unnecessary. So he's attacking me on my defensive side. He's got 2 tanks on his aggressive side now. I should maintain tank advantage. I just back off. I don't need this. I did something weird here that I don't think that I would have done in another game. I join here. I think that's good. Actually, I think that the thing that I was thinking that I should have done is not join and just move the low HP. I had the 3 HP infantry here. If I just blocked with it or something, I think that might have been better. I did build 1 artillery. It's going to be useful against the 2 tanks, obviously, but there's something about it that just didn't quite seem right to me. So he starts fighting with his infantry again. It doesn't delay the capture anymore, and because I'm a good player, I do capture this comm tower before I start fighting anything. I skipped the base build. I think that I was happy about skipping this base build too. I feel like I thought that I was a genius because it might have been because I had a tank lead already. We were tied in tanks, but he doesn't have enough money to produce 2 tanks this turn, so it gets me the tank lead, and I've already killed the recon. And I'm not going to hit the... I don't trust the stats page to display properly. I don't want to spoil the game. So I had an infantry lead because of the fact that I'm player 2. So I don't need the infantry so bad. So he's just looking to fight everything that he can, which is like a reasonable thing for Grimm to want to do, I suppose. Start losing on the right side, that's no good. Okay, I'm curious. Would okay, so this has a chance to fail on planes, but this is a guaranteed death on the road. Thanks, Koal. This I know is a sacrifice, but this mech is really bothering me. I needed to do something about it so that it couldn't blow up one of my tanks and stop me from being aggressive when I had the tank lead on the left side. I don't think I skipped any more builds. I probably built an artillery on the right side and then an infantry in the center. Okay, I swapped it, but it's reasonable. He's got a lot of units on this 2/3 of the map. And then on the right side on his aggressive side, he's got almost nothing. He's got nothing but infantry in this artillery. He's gonna have to bring the tank around. So this, yes, this is a mistake because it's in range of this tank. So that I get 2 tank shots and then a tank shot on this artillery. And I think that's when I start to bring this game around. This doesn't feel good though. These 2 in the center. I can hold out. But... And he builds a battle copter and 2 artillery. Wow, that does a lot of damage. Wait, that does more damage than I thought it would do. Uh-oh. I think it had 10 health. That looks like a 10 to 10. So yeah, this is like a normal shot, I guess. Yeah, this is what I'm used to. But the road onto the road. This is actually like what's super great is that it feels like when you are both on a road, Koal just seems like massive since it's like it's a raw damage boost basically. It's crazy. This is a pretty decent spot for this because he obviously wants to attack the tank here from 2 sides. He actually could, I guess, but he'd have to move this first, and he doesn't want to strike first with it for obvious reasons. So the more obvious way to do this is to hit with the infantry onto the 1 HP infantry and then move this tank up, but then this artillery is covering me. That's good. Then I can put this tank here, and if he hits me from one of these better, well, first off, this tank can't even reach these 2. If he was going to try to make an attack from one of these places, then I'd get the road to counter from. It's kind of worth noting that I've been at a funds disadvantage in most of this game because I haven't been able to get this neutral city here. but good positioning goes a long way. Okay, well, he takes out this tank. And he resigns. I don't know about this resign. Doesn't seem like he... Seems a little bit early. He seems like he was still in it. This... I don't feel like the center was decided. Maybe... Well, no. Okay, so this tank getting the attack onto the artillery is really, really bad for him. I'm not going to pretend like that's not. I didn't build a anti-air to deal with the V-copter yet. I don't think there's anything that he could have done to save this artillery. I think that this is just dead. If that artillery is dead, this tank is probably dead. So then he doesn't have anything on that side. So what would he have left? He'd have... I mean, this hardly exists. Can I actually kill that? Like, especially with forced march. Let's just play this out a little bit, right? So he's gonna move this somewhere up here. It's not gonna really matter. Maybe what's the best thing he can do with this? Oh gosh, he can't move this anywhere. Can't move it anywhere where it matters. Great here maybe, but that's bad for other reasons. It's equally bad for different reasons. The thing to worry about is this. So that's going to die. Can this kill? This can't kill. So this will survive. So you'd have like this tank. He might have this artillery at 1 health. This artillery at full. That's still a really bad position to be against like 3, 4, 5 tanks. 2 artillery. He hadn't built though. I'm not sure. I think that he was still in it to a large degree. He had the income lead. He would have been even on troops and net worth, basically. Next turn, I had some extra funds. I would guess that I would build an anti-air though, just because he's got the. I would have cleared out most of the tanks that I would have had to deal with, and he probably would have needed to back off. I don't know if he would have needed to back off for the battlecopter. There's not a lot I can do to it without the anti-air. Trap it 1 turn and then hit it with the anti-air the next. I would have been able to start capping the neutral property on the right side, for sure. It seems like a never go up situation, or at least a don't give up right now situation. I don't think that AdvancedPanda was in a position where they could not have won. If I was AdvancedPanda, what would I have done to win this game? I would have retreated. I wouldn't have attacked stuff this turn, I don't think. What did he start with? So what he starts with. And what did he gain by the end of this turn? He killed this, but sacrificed a tank. I have a sense that backing up in the center would have been better to retreat to the artillery. Maybe this isn't really what's in danger. This artillery is. Moving this artillery was what cost him. If he'd protect this artillery. If his goal was to move around this artillery, he probably could have organized his turn in a way that worked out for him. Like, this move wasn't necessary, and it could have easily gone here. And if it goes here, then this thing is mostly safe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't walk here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, even with the 7 is because I would have had a force march. So even with 7 movement, I wouldn't be able to get to that. The only reason I can move there is because I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If this square is taken, I can't do that play. Maybe I would have been able to kill this troop. No, because there's a force there too. It doesn't really change my turn that much. Maybe I would have been able to kill this, and that would change the turn kind of considerably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that would have worked. As long as this wasn't in my way. He could have put something else in my way, though. Could have moved this back. I don't know. That's a lot of thinking. I probably wouldn't have done that either. I won't pretend like he could have... I'm not going to assume that AdvancedPanda is thinking on, you know, brain level 8 million or whatever. Normal ideas. Things that people regularly consider. It's also possible that I could have gotten a Trail of Woe within the turn. I was off by like 7,000. Yeah, I probably would have, because I would have killed this tank, I think. Kill that tank and then just like maybe run this infantry into something, and that's basically it. Oh well. Grimm seems really weird. I'm sure that good Grimm players are really making use of the fact that he has such a massive offensive bonus. But against Grimm players that aren't very strong, it seems that just playing fundamentally is really, really, really effective against Grimm, because you get rewarded so much more for making good strikes and for picking your battles well. It's easier to pick the battles too, because you can be more certain that they'll come out in your favor. You just have to wait for players to make mistakes like this guy did on the left side with putting that tank out of position. I don't know. I've been waiting for Grimy Grimm Gang to get out of games so that I can review those, because Grimy Grimm Gang seems like a pretty good player. And failing that, maybe I'll check out DPSI, who I think is also a fan of Grimm. But other than that, I think this video is over. This weekend I'll be releasing a scripted, edited video. Fully scripted, fully edited, completely unlike my typical content. So give that a look-see. I think I'm 22 subs away from 100, at which point I'll announce officially a tournament that should have right around $200 worth of cash prizes. If that's something you're interested in, pass my videos around. I really appreciate everybody's support. Sorry that this match wasn't all that exciting. Obviously I'm glad that I won, but I wish that there would have been more for me to learn. And I'll be looking at last Vigil and Grimm replays to see if there is anything. I'm on 3 games on Lucifer right now, so if I don't release a match analysis of a game on Lucifer, that's because I've been kidnapped, or because I've won all of the games on Lucifer very suddenly, or because I'm really upset about my games on Lucifer and how they didn't go my way and I don't want to look at the map right now. But those are really the only possible reasons why I would not have released one this weekend. I've got to take a look at that map. I've got too much writing on it right now. So that's what's in the pipeline. Thanks everybody for watching until the end. Sorry I give the news updates then. I'm just rambling. Good luck, and I'll see you in the next one.